This is why oracles are important. The use of blockchain oracles allows smart contracts to function depending on inputs and outputs from external systems by connecting blockchains to such systems. There's a lot to unpack from that one sentence. Let's take a step back to decentralization, one of the fundamental characteristics of a blockchain, to better grasp what blockchain oracles are and why we use them. The decentrality problem. Due to the distributed ledger aspect of the blockchain, each node in the network has to be able to arrive at the same conclusion given the same information. Otherwise, a node would have a different outcome whilst trying to validate a transaction that another node makes. The deterministic nature of this system is purposely intended. We can see that if Chad sends Alyssa $5, we can easily add $5 to Alyssa's account and deduct $5 from Chad's account. It would be simple to replicate this on every node in the network, create the same outcomes, and arrive at the same outcome. What if this wasn't the case? Let's envision a blockchain where transactions are verified by APIs on a hypothetical blockchain. Let's imagine we wish to transfer money from Chad's account to Alyssa in a variable amount dependent on the price of Ether. We would have Chad receive the money from our contract after having our contract call an API to obtain the price of Ether. When every other node goes to check this, they must all use this API. But what happens next? All the nodes would receive a different response if they called the API even a split second later, since it might have changed due to depreciation, hacking, or a number of other factors. This implies that nodes cannot agree on the present state of the blockchain. Why do we require oracles? Because of this, the Ethereum blockchain and the majority of blockchains are created with complete determinism in mind. So if we replayed each transaction, we would arrive at the perfect position. There's a strong probability that the source will be devalued, hacked, or even plain broken if you include API calls or if other non-deterministic sources are incorporated into the blockchain's architecture, making it impossible to confirm transactions. Determinism is essential for nodes to reach an agreement, since in blockchain, consensus is the process for deciding on a data value. Consensus is one of the key ingredients that allows blockchain to thrive in the first place. But in order to interact with the real world, we need the blockchain world. To have DeFi, we must put the price of Ethereum and other cryptocurrencies into a contract. So how can we overcome this limitation and connect the two worlds? We need a bridge. Enter oracles. How do oracles solve the problem? Any device or group that connects a deterministic blockchain with off-chain data is referred to as a blockchain oracle. These oracles input each piece of data through an outside transaction. By doing this, we can be certain that the blockchain itself has all the data needed to validate itself. For this exact reason, oracles are referred to as blockchain middlemen, because they serve as the link between the two worlds. So there you have it, that's awesome. But what is the oracle problem that we keep hearing about? Take a moment to reflect on why we are developing on-chain in the first place. Decentralization is a key factor in everything we do on the blockchain. Data must come from somewhere though. The entire objective of adopting blockchain technology in the first place is effectively defeated if we import data from a single API node or source. Two things when paired together from the infamous oracle problem. Blockchains by themselves are unable to access external data, and utilizing oracles defeats the usefulness of smart contracts while posing significant security problems. The answer? The gold standard in the crypto space is decentralized oracles like Chainlink, which overcome both of these problems. They're like the missing piece of the puzzle. What's a decentralized oracle? Assume Alex and Brian decide to bet on the results of a football game. With the $40 total being held in custody by a smart contract, Alex wagers $20 on a Team A and Brian wagers $20 on Team B. How does the smart contract decide whether to give the money to Alex or Brian after the game is over? The proper response is that an oracle mechanism is needed to securely and reliably get accurate match outcomes off-chain and send them to the blockchain. With Chainlink, we are utilizing the same trustworthy decentralized infrastructure principle as the blockchain, but for blockchain oracles. Chainlink network will make use of the decentralized network and continue even if nodes or sources are compromised, depreciated, or counted out. A major shortcoming of smart contracts is illustrated by the blockchain oracle problem. They are unable to naturally connect with data and systems that are present outside of the blockchain environment. Resources outside of the blockchain are referred to as off-chain, whilst data that has already been placed there is referred to as on-chain. Blockchains get their most significant qualities such as high consensus on the authenticity of user transactions, avoidance of double spending threats, and reduction of network outages by being purposefully segregated from external systems. The truth is that a blockchain needs an additional piece of infrastructure known as the oracle to connect the two environments in order to securely interact with off-chain services. Using services like Chainlink, you can refer to decentralized data on-chain that has already been extracted from the real world and organized, similar to a free marketplace but with decentralized data. Additionally, if you need any specific customized data, you can create your own customizable oracle networks. You could also send information into the real world and do off-chain computations. Conclusion: the Chainlink Oracle network has several implications since it enables decentralized and tamper-resistant data transmission between blockchains and off-chain entities. Chainlink has been used to distribute non-fungible tokens fairly, gamify personal savings, and simplify cryptocurrency token supply recalibrations, among other things. Ultimately, we need access to a wide range of trustworthy data if smart contracts are to be the superior form of agreement. Therefore, oracles are important.